Oke, kita masuk ke game kedua. EVOS versus RRQ AKIRA. Match point buat EVOS Holy from Indonesia. Di sini King ANAVEL bawain Xbox jungle, guys. Kita lihat aja. Tapi udah kelihatan lah ya. Cepetan mana? Oh, bukan ngambil itu, yang ngambil yang kecil dulu. Tapi cepetan exploding. Udah pindah ke itu.
I think it's very possible, right? Like, I'm looking at Sagan. I'm expecting a Minoan Fury steal.
It's very rare that we actually see Valentina with so many ults to steal. I'm looking at 3 minimum, right? 3 juicy ults for Sagan to get to. And let's not forget to talk about Gusta Lagusta, right? Gusta Lagusta, what he Valentina ini do here is
ada ulti Mino, ada ulti.
That's a lot of damage. On a Terizla at a minute and a half
Edit.
It's fine. It looks like both went for like the hyper early rotation to try and hit 4 as soon as possible. But they both did not hit it. It's this wave here. They went 1 wave earlier just to fight for control.
All right, back to what I was saying, man. Gusta Lagusta, what he wants to do is to get Branch into the defensive position early to compromise that Blazing Duet intro later on.
Oh yeah. Lawannya Pedrin, Turtle.
Out of their minds. That's the best way to go. But check it out. Turtle fight now. Early on, Luis from the back.
Yeah, but here we go. Instantly confident is able to get on out of the Minoan Fury as well. The Eternal Guard has just dropped it down, but that last Insanity is doing more than enough damage to start melting the members one by one. 2 already down, and RRQ AKIRA, they've flicked so many flickers, in a matter of fact, have been expended to dodge that raw damage.
If only the game ended at 2.5.
Wah, ANAVEL-nya dia mau build ke arah Imo dulu nih, bau-baunya.
Then that's it, but how do you translate? That's the question. I think that's what RRQ AKIRA
Edit lawan.
doing in game 1.
Istilah ya dibantai-bantai lah di lane.
Early to mid, and then eventually they forgot, oh wait, ANAVEL is just snowballing out of control. Now though, they're on to a great start. Getting how often you see 3 minutes in, 2 kills up, about 2,000 gold ahead.
Red Team juga skenario-nya gimana ya?
Person asked this question too. I'm from a region where it's pretty often. It happens all the time. But here comes the rest of the team. Great last Insanity to dodge for a majority of that damage. But without that Faraga armor, it does mean that RRQ AKIRA can walk up pretty freely.
There you go. King just stealing away, paying the iron price from ANAVEL's farm. And here's the thing, man. Usually you see an X-Borg in the jungle, you go like, oh yeah, he's one of the more sustainable, low-cost junglers. Nay, I say to thee, nay. You need more items to make a difference, because if not, you're a one-time last Insanity kind of hero. Because after that, you're nothing.
This is starting to
tiga ultimate nih,
real quick, man. But I think that for the most part of it, EVOS Glory should be able to control the tempo, right? The onus does feel like it's on RRQ to make things happen fast.
Oh, yang di review Joe itu
skin. I think they can force out certain responses.
Bayangan
given that Turtle spawned up
ulti
top.
Palenya ada
I don't think they see this. I don't think they know that the river is rife with RRQ AKIRA.
700 diamond.
River control at this early stage of the game isn't as important as it is like in a Lord Dance, but with rotations like this, oh,
look at the blitz. Look at the blitz. So fast. They clean it up without any issues
whatsoever. Turtle kedua nggak dapat lagi.
Utilize the rotation, the help of the speed, river speed, river flow. There's no direct term for it, but essentially the buff that gives you extra movement speed when you're heading back to your lane once you're done with the neutral. And with that being said, they even bother walking into EVOS' Glory's jungle just to scout out the positions, right? It does give us an idea that RRQ AKIRA might want to, turn up the tempo careful a little bit more. Oh, Sagan, he might be in some trouble here. Force the flicker away. Doesn't get hit by the Fear King. Is able to peel them off just in time. Now, the scouting mission, the recon is done.
As Mr. Wagner would say, it's the fear. It's the fear that's keeping them in check. Because that could have definitely been lethal for Sagan. Now they clap back, forcing out one from ANAVEL, popping his immortality.
Yep, that Bandit's Rage is looking so very good. But now ANAVEL, he can't get out of it. He lost everything, all of his resources. Piranha armor on top of the early immortality, all down the drain.
And with that, RRQ AKIRA just grow their lead even more. Gideon, we're looking at 3,000 head. 3 for 3 now, 6, well, not even 6 minutes in.
I think this is just a great hard read from the side of RRQ AKIRA and Luis. He's doing so much on this Grok, something that EVOS Glory might have to think about. But when do we expect EVOS Glory to actually bounce back?
Nightmare ini sibuk sekali Nightmare ini
they were
tampaknya.
playing with a jungle Ling, right? They were playing with a core assassin in the jungle. And the slower it goes, the better it is for them. But now, I don't know, they're just really waiting on brands. They're waiting on brands. I don't know if Clockhoon is the right person to look at. If you're looking at like a mid to late game power spike, sure, Vixanas are great. Clockhoon is a very talented individual. But just looking at the tapestry of skills that RRQ AKIRA is able to bring out at any point in the game, it's so hard to see how EVOS Glory could win.
EVOS harus dapatin turtle ya guys ya. Kalau enggak 5.000.
My only concern for RRQ AKIRA is that they have no means to protect themselves against CC. No, I'm not seeing enough purifies here. I'm seeing a lot of flickers.
There's zero purifies, actually.
That's the thing. And that's why I feel like EVOS Glory, they could really punish somebody here. If not for Luis, the Bandit's Rage already out. Fluffy is able to get out of there with the help of the Primordial Form. But now, ANAVEL, he's trying to breathe. Let him go. They won't let him escape the damage. And even Dreams is forced to flicker on out of there. Brands is going to unleash the Blazing Duet to say no more. Please stop. This is my offer to you.
They don't ruin that boy. ANAVEL has been having a rough 7 minutes, man. And there's nothing EVOS Glory is putting on the table. Again, I'm going to say it now, in before, this just turns out to be an anime protagonist arc in the early episodes. He gets beaten down, and then he learns a lesson from some authority figure, and then they figure it out. And who that is, I'm looking at brands. Again, I mentioned it earlier. It's got to be brands. It's got to come from brands.
Until he gets that Trinity build, you can just see that brands, his damage is like, it's just tickling them a little, right? There's just not enough time to buy as of right now, considering that Gusta Logusta is just chunking down these towers.
But here's the thing, Gideon. RRQ AKIRA ain't gonna stop to wait until Brands gets his Trinity. There's no honor here. There is just violence.
It's just raw violence.
Wait, where's he at now? He's at. Oh, he's just
Kenapa nggak build up-nya ke War S aja ya ANAVEL guys?
Brands is having a really rough time here. I think that maybe RRQ AKIRA, if they can secure this next Lord, and if they can break open an inhibitor, they can set up for a checkmate angle. And that would be very surprising to see, especially against EVOS Glory. They like to play slow, but most importantly, they trade very effectively. Right now, they haven't been able to get anything back.
Good
tabrak. And the wild charge. Gusta Lagusta capitalizes on the combo. And the rest of them, oh, wait, no, it's actually pretty good. The Eternal Guard does help Fluffy find one, and they get a double off of it. Clockhoon able to capitalize.
Kabur revive-nya.
They were way too together there. They were more than together.
Sayang kali ya guys ya. Bentar lagi ada
that wouldn't have happened, and that wouldn't have been as bad as it was if it wasn't for how clumped up they are. And again, I don't blame them. A wild charge in as deep as that. But you do face off against the last Insanity that popped up perfectly, and then the fire missiles, and don't even mention the Primal Wrath. That's what allowed for the gap to be closed. Asterisk, you're still looking at a 7K gold lead.
It is a 7K gold lead, and this very first Lord is going to be very important to steal for EVOS Glory, right? To buy some time. And now the burst comes through. King gets in. The Eternal Guard comes down just a little too late.
It was a mile within a light year's gap between RRQ AKIRA and EVOS Glory. The Kingdom versus the EVOS Fam. The eternal battle that never ends. You guys know the name. You guys, I'm not even gonna say, but you guys know.
You just feel that vibe, feel that energy. You just know, as Leo says,
Bedanya
It's coming
7.000.
to that point. It's getting to that checkmate angle.
Yep, we're close to it. And I was going to say, if they do find that, again, that Lord take into an inhibitor push, I'd give RRQ AKIRA maybe a 95% win rate. Like, that's gotta be it.
I mean, the guest coin odds are not looking good for some people here. Is now they're going to start knocking on their door. Let's see how much they get off of this, right? Because we're expecting out of tier turrets, tier 2, yeah, be gone.
Clean, but the inhibitors, that's what makes the difference. ANAVEL, his Virago armor popped, does have an immortality. Fire missiles off as he backs away.
Yeah, he ended up,
Ini-
well, I mean, he ended up losing his
Xbox
Virago
capek
armor, but that's kind of a
banget
good
mainnya.
thing. He doesn't take the damage of Bennett's Rage. Now he just put back his armor on once he gets back to base, and oh, what a dirty trick. Luis is slowing down the Lord to synchronize these waves, and now it's a huge wave crashing down by the inhibitor. The Eternal Guard does come down, but it ends up getting blown to bits straight away. EVOS Glory maintained their high ground defense.
Interesting small micro decision there done by Saigen. He stole the Primal Wrath, turned into a Fluffy's Edith for just a second, hoping to time out the Primal Wrath armorless form so that he would get extra CCs. But that would only be if they barreled down that turret and then won the fight. But again, they play the defensive play, and much respect. That's discipline.
Yeah, honestly, both of these teams are like extremely disciplined. We haven't seen too many coin flips, honestly, from the side of RRQ AKIRA. I feel like I've seen more coin flips in game number 1 from EVOS Glory, to be fair.
But those were coin flips that were necessary. They needed to do that to be able to put ANAVEL over the top. And now, again, now that they're on the back foot, what are we looking at? Oh dear Lord, I did not expect 12,000. That's 12. Is that 12,000?
No, that's 7,000.
That's 7. All right, cool.
That's 7,000.
My math is off.
Don't worry, but honestly, a 7,000 gold lead, it's getting pretty bad, right? We're on the cusp of it, like, being an overflowing lead for RRQ AKIRA. And
I was
in
looking
25
elsewhere.
seconds. Oh, you're looking elsewhere? 25 more seconds, 20 seconds actually, until the next Lord does spawn, and we do see the corrosive side purchase from Brands. Hopefully that buys this team a little bit of time.
That's a third item right there. Is it? Is that the Trinity? Can we say now that the King of Marksman is online? But who's he gonna find in the back? Best case scenario, Gusta Lagusta. But Gusta Lagusta can just flicker out of there and he's still an item up.
Yeah, I think the worst part is that anybody
Cepat
can CC
banget
him.
guys.
Takashi, King, Sagan, like anybody can hurt Brands until he gets his situation.
Aduh,
right? We're waiting for the
baterainya udah
winter
sakit
crown, right? We're
kali.
waiting for
Gimana
the winds of nature.
ini?
That's 4 sources of CC. You're right, Gideon. He's overloaded. He's overloaded. Check it out. That's 1, 2, 3. That's it. Yep, definitely. So he's built into his Trinity compared to Gusta Lagusta, who is on his way to his 4th core item after the BOD.
Man, this is like a really unfun game for Brands, right? Like, he's just waiting for things to happen. He's waiting for RRQ AKIRA to make a mistake. And everybody else on the side of EVOS Glory just wants to take a traditional front to back. But as soon as RRQ AKIRA grab you, they hold you, and Gusta Lagusta just pushes you over.
And now the Lord. Oh, here we go. An early last insanity from ANAVEL. Not going to save this inhibitor, though. Just one more hit in. Ooh.
That's fine.
They're not going to force it. I love the discipline, though. Proving me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically as good as gone at this point, right? Anybody can just walk up, auto-attack it. It's basically going to break. You can take the wave, sure, but at the end of it, it's going to go down. Sagan finds it, and now the rest. Oh, last insanity coming up from ANAVEL, and Dreams might be in some trouble. He flickers out of there, but the penalty zone from Takashi is going to tell him, hey, no, we don't want you to leave just yet. Last insanity stole it from Sagan, able to find one, and Brad, blown up by Gusta Lagusta. Wait, no, this can't be the end game. This can't end just like that. EVOS Glory on high ground defense duty once more.
Oh, it's just Luis who's very low. Everyone else from RRQ AKIRA fresh, ready to fight underneath tier 3 in mid. ANAVEL still keeping his Virago armor.
Oh, he's trying his best. He needs to get that armor back up to use the last insanity to clear the waves, but they can take their time here. Takashi, he's taking a lot of damage, has to use the penalty zone to get out of there.
That's a DPZ if I've ever seen one.
Big DPZ.
They do have a minute to wait until an enhanced Lord spawns in the upper quarter, and I think that's fine. At 14 minutes, when the Lord does spawn, it'll be about 15. I think they're still good. Now you're looking at, okay, can't confirm, this is 10,000 gold, right?
Yes,
10,000 in between. I think they're okay. I think they can afford to wait for this Lord and then go for the GG push. So right now, I'm calculating in the absence of our real-time win rate AI,
Tapi ini kalau dev sampai menit
prediction rate for our
di atas
AKIRA.
We need to
15,
get a graphic for that. Leo's prediction win rate right on screen at some point in the broadcast. Now, I think that, yes, I agree with you that they kind of need to rush this down, though. As soon as that 22 seconds expires, the Lord is up there. Start working at it, right? Get EVOS Glory to come
siapa
out
yang
of
mau
the
langsung
they
ke
can't drag it too
belakang?
long. Because keep in mind, EVOS Glory, once they hit 42K, the 42K
Yang mau
mark,
nangkep
then they can
Patricknya
pretty much
siapa
go toe-to-toe
kira-kira,
with
guys?
RRQ AKIRA, with the exception of no situational items to swap out.
But they are far from it. Again, 5 seconds from now, there's no way you're farming
Tidak
out.
ada yang susah di dunia ini lagi
no
mau
way.
berusaha.
Let's see how long RRQ.
Anjas kelas
Fluffy
Fluffy.
coming up and Fluffy loses his
Udah
immortality.
hilang
straight
imonya.
away. Minoan, the motivational roar is going to keep him alive, but ANAVEL doesn't mind taking his time with this. Building up that heat is a good idea, but without an immortality, this can get dangerous very fast.
Oh, he might go for the gambit here. Might go for the last standing retribution. There's a knockout.
Terlalu,
Right, the Known Fury and Flicker is out. And RRQ AKIRA, they've got smiles across their faces. They know for a fact that EVOS Glory, without that big ult, without that battle spell, and an exposed crystal, this is going to be the GG push.
Lord's going to be spawning up top. Worst case scenario, RRQ AKIRA.
Ini sih kalau bisa di dev lagi sih.
Minimum. All right, minimum. Best case scenario, it's over. I can only imagine what's going on through EVOS Glory's mind. Again, number one is wave management, right? Clear the waves, make sure minions don't crash in. They know that they're going to lose both inhibitors. Best case scenario is they might even get the punish. Now, you ask the question, who could they pop the piñata on? Who could they shut down? Because they spread out the kills very well.
They do. And here we go. The end game might just ensue faster than we would like to imagine here. High ground defense for the side of EVOS Glory. As this Lord, penalty zone actually getting on top of Fluffy. Fluffy can't get out of there. Quickly flickers away, even using the Primal Wrath as well. No Fury coming out from Dreams, but that means RRQ just push backwards and then re-engage into this fight. They're trying to zone them off, but there's not enough minions to make it work. The raw sustain from Dreams with that motivational roar is keeping them in this game.
RRQ AKIRA keeping EVOS Glory within an inch of their life. 17 minutes in, 8-2. You're looking at a, now can confirm, 12K gold lead. Man, this is why they call this match the oldest time matchup, man. It's a rivalry that spans regions. I mean, sure, same franchise, different team, but who'd have thought that RRQ AKIRA, not RRQ Hoshi, would put off a fight as good as they are against EVOS Glory?
People are going to be talking about this to their young ones when they go and tuck them in for bed. Oh my goodness, where did that Firaga armor go? Sagan has so much damage.
Sekali sembur hilang guys Firaganya.
Charge plus a few right clicks, a few basic attacks, and again with the 12K gold lead notwithstanding, best believe that Firaga armor is gonna pop. But good news, at least he still has his immortality. So, you know, no harm done.
Yeah, no harm, no foul. And I think at this point, as
Wow,
much as I would like to say the
hilang dong.
angle has been achieved, I think that RRQ might need to actually roll the dice a little against EVOS Glory. If not, how else are you going to risk it for the Mystic to close out this game if nothing is happening? Very minimal interactions between the two. The most is that you get resources, but you need to go above and beyond if you want to close out this game.
All right, so here's one possible theory, right? One possible solution. They bait out these big-time CCs and then use the Purify. I think that's the main difference between these two lineups, right? These two comps.
Ini sih kalau
EVOS Glory
Dreamnya
invested
bisa
in
sampai beli
Purifies.
imo.
RRQ invested
Udah beli
mad
imo guys.
dollars into flickers. So what if they're able to nullify that advantage and bait out these engagements from RRQ AKIRA and Purify and then punish?
I think the biggest problem is that EVOS Glory's comp doesn't hold space very well. They're good at taking and backing away, right? Giving and taking all the time. But RRQ AKIRA, they're very good at taking and sitting on top of the space, right? So that's when the BMI needs to be, well, hopefully not in a visible spot, because that means RRQ AKIRA are going to start creeping up. And once King is on top of that BMI, I'm sure as hell the Brands does not want to take it back. But here we go. The Wild Charge looking kind of good here. King still has a good chunk of his life, but in the back, Takashi just threatening from every single angle. They do not want EVOS Glory anywhere near the pit.
That's right. I was going to say, even if the Wild Charge has been committed by Luis, there's still a penalty zone waiting, cocked and loaded, plus a flicker. I'm pretty sure EVOS Glory is aware of that, plus a flicker. Now, we're waiting for more to come in. This is about to go ahead and collapse.
Oh, here we go. They're going for the rush. Oh, Dreams flickers in with the Known Fury as well.
Mana ni Bang Brand?
But really, not enough damage. Last Insanity doesn't connect on the right targets, but Takashi finds 4 BMI into the back line and quickly. With the crowds are being popped, but it's too late. The damage has been done, and RRQ AKIRA will run down the last remaining members of EVOS Glory.
GG guys.
Thunder live in
Jam
Riyadh,
3 guys.
about to go ahead and end this series at 1-1.
You can never count out Latam. RRQ AKIRA take a game from EVOS Glory. GG, well played.
On this very broadcast, that is the